Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at the creepiest thing family has said, so yeah, let's just get right into the video. My little sister, toddler at the time, needed to have a small surgery. They were at the check-in with the doctor and she was playing with toys. During a break in the adults' conversation, they heard my sister have one doll say to the other, "This is my dad, he hits me all the time." My dad did not hit us. The doctor had to ask a few very awkward questions to get it sorted. Why did she say that then? Why did she say that? Like, where did she learn that from? Damn. But yes, I would take that very seriously too. Because you never know, right? My great uncle called. I was happy to hear from him as I wasn't feeling great about my life then, was super depressed and ill, and felt like most of my family had turned their backs on me. A few minutes in, he tried to initiate phone sex. You know you've always wanted this. This is what you're good for. The only time I spoke to him after that was because I was pressured into lying and telling him I forgave him on his deathbed, which I regret. Rot in hell. Where does that even come from? Like, he went from being her favorite uncle to the worst uncle ever. Ew. My grandfather cared for his handicapped daughter after she was hit by a drunk driver at 21. When he was super old, he said something like he deserved some sort of award, accolade for never sexually abusing her. Excuse me, what? Award for being a decent human being. First girl I ever brought home that I was interested in when I was 13. My dad comes home from work. Before I can even introduce them to each other, my dad says, "So have you two had sex yet?" I was mortified. She left. My dad didn't meet any other of my girlfriends until I was in my mid-20s, and my girlfriend and I rented a place together. What is wrong with all these people, bro? I didn't think the stories were all gonna be like this. My alcoholic uncle at my 12th birthday party. You grew up real nice. If we're ever alone, I'll take it as a yes. I had no clue what he meant until I was older. Excuse me? How many people have to deal with shit like this? I was going through a divorce. I was staying with my sister. I was sleeping on the floor in her spare room. I woke up and she was standing over me with a knife in her hand. She said, "It awakes." I replied, "What? What's going on?" She blinked and turned and walked away. I began to look for a different place to stay after I locked my room's door and stayed up for the rest of the night. She struggles with paranoid schizophrenia. Oh, hell no. Yeah, she was gonna murder you that night. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. Never ever staying over her place ever again. Honestly, one of my parents sat me down when I was about 5 and told me I was their punishment from God. They did not know what they did so bad to deserve me, but they accepted I was their punishment. Never got over it. Haunts me to this day. Imagine blaming your own kid for something that you did. I had an uncle buy me silk underwear for my 16th birthday, and when I opened it, he said, "You should try it on right now." We were all gathered around the dinner table. My 1-year-old daughter was sucking on a corn on the cob, and my boomer father saw her and said she'll make a man very happy one day. I'm sorry over these. It was quiet for a second and I told him to stop sexualizing my infant child. He quit drinking shortly after that, but I still keep an eye on him and he isn't left alone with my children. Yo, imagine having to keep an eye on your dad because you think he's gonna do something to your kid. That's crazy. Why would he say that? Like, he looks at that and thinks of something else? Ooh. My 33-year-old cousin tried to subtly convince me to have sex with him the night before his wedding when I was 15. When I was 17, I was at my family reunion and on the phone with my boyfriend, and the same cousin grabbed my phone and said, "Why should she go across the street when she could just go across the hall?" These stories are all freaking disturbing. What the hell? When I was about 3, we had a cat that had stillborn kittens. I asked my father if we could make crosses for them, which he did. As he was making them, I asked, "Aren't those too small?" "Dad, what do you mean? Aren't we going to nail them to them?" Dad, after several moments silence, "We're not going to do that." Me, "Oh." She thought, what? She wanted to nail her cats onto the crosses. And the dad was like, "I thought we were just making crosses to bury them." If my kid said that, yeah, I'd be concerned too. I was babysitting my nephew overnight and he told me there was people on the stairs. No thank you. Bye. I used to have a horrible recurring dream about an alien abduction while camping. Sometimes I would wake up in light sweat. Sometimes I jump out of bed into the corner of the room until I came to my senses. No, I'm not an abductee. It's just a bad nightmare. So, my kid brother used to wake up and come to my room in the middle of the night to sleep. One night, I wake up from the nightmare and he's just standing there at the edge of my bed. I nearly jumped out of my skin. He looks right through me and says, "They're coming for you too." Then he turned and walked back to his room. I didn't go to sleep that night. I think we know the brother's an alien. I mean, you're already abducted, bro. You just don't know. My kid looked into the dining room at night, light off, and said, "Who's that guy with the red eyes?" Freaked me the F out. Left lights on for weeks after that. I wonder if kids actually see these things or if they're just making it up in their imagination. I guess we'll never know. Well, that's it for the video and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!